The MGP Caliper Covers shown here in red should appeal to the 2019 and newer Silverado owners out there who are currently rocking an 18-inch or larger wheel and would like to dress up the plain Jane factory calipers behind those wheels. Now, these officially licensed covers will be made in the USA from T6 billet aluminum and will feature that officially licensed Silverado logo on both front and rear covers, all for right around the mid to high $200 price point. Install is going to be pretty straightforward here, guys, using the included hardware, so site's going to call it a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, an hour or so to complete from start to finish, as we'll demonstrate later in the video. Now, MGP is certainly one of the OGs, if you will, of the caliper cover category. They've been doing it a very long time, and as such, they have a number of options for many different generation trucks out there, including a few different colors and logos, including the red Silverado option, again, that we have here on the table today. But you can also find a couple different bow tie options in that striking red color as well. So as always, guys, feel free to check out the entire selection of caliper covers here before pulling the trigger. Now, obviously, these things won't be for everyone out there, but I will say it's gonna be far easier than painting your factory calipers for one, and it's also gonna be far less expensive than stepping into a big, expensive aftermarket big brake kit. So again, if you're not a fan, no worries, I get it. But if you're on the fence or you really enjoy the look and the functionality of the covers themselves, well, hang out for a bit, let's talk about them and what you guys can expect. Now, as far as construction is concerned, well, again, these things have been built right here in the good old US of A from a durable and lightweight 6061 aluminum. So they will be able to withstand the high temps of the brakes, in addition to that really nice looking red powder coat. It's gonna keep these things looking good for many years to come. Now, aside from the basic aesthetics, guys, the caliper covers will have a little bit of functionality here as well, as they are going to do a great job of keeping excess brake dust off of your favorite set of 18-inch or larger factory or aftermarket wheels. But now, as promised earlier, let's shift gears. Let's get into that install briefly. And as I pointed out, guys, you're really not looking at anything too intense here. They are going to mount using these 2 tabs, using the included hardware. So again, site's going to call this one a pretty solid 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, maybe an hour or so of your time. Figuring you have to get truck up in the air slightly on each corner, take the wheel off, install the cover, repeat the process all around. But now to give you a better idea of just how these things mount up, feel free to check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
The tools you'll need for this project are a 3/8-inch socket, a ratchet, and a 13,000th feeler gauge. So let's start off by letting you know that yes, we do have our truck on a lift, but you can definitely do this job with a floor jack and a set of jack stands. So let's get started with installing the clips so we can go ahead and get our caliper covers installed. So we're starting on the rear of our truck, and these are the clips for the rear. You see they're really short, and they're just going to attach one on the bottom and one on the top of the caliper mounting bracket. So let's go ahead and clip these in. Now we can go ahead and remove the nuts that are attached to the clip and slip our cover onto the studs. Put our nuts back on. And we'll tighten them down with a 3/8-inch socket. And repeat that for the other side. And one thing you'll also want to do is measure the distance between the clip and the rotor. The manufacturer recommends that we use a 13,000th feeler gauge to check the distance between the rotor and the clip. Ours has plenty of room, so we won't have any interference issues. To install the front set of covers, you'll notice that the clips are a bit longer. That's because the caliper itself is larger. But the install process is the same. You just slip it underneath, snap it in place, and do the same for the top one. Remove the nuts. Install the cover over the studs. Reinstall the nuts. Tighten them down with your 38 socket. And again, you're going to want to measure the clearance between the rotor and the clip. As long as it's 13 thousandths, you're good to go. We've got plenty of room in ours, and now you can repeat that process for the other side as well. And that wraps up our review and install of the MGP red caliper covers with Silverado logo for the front and rear for the 19 to current Silverado 1500. Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things Silverado, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.